This is Mrs. Lisa Ray from the Department of Sociology. Today we will discuss about social institution, and this is the first chapter in your ISC syllabus. Now, what is a social institution? Social institution is a complex, integrated set of social norms which has been organized around the preserving of the basic societal value. Now, the human society considers social institution from two major point of views. First, the organizational structure is responsible for preserving the basic social values, which may be identified as institution, and the second, the modes or the procedure or the constant way or a system of doing things may also be considered as social institutions. Sociologists define the term social institution as a way of describing normative systems, and they have talked about 5 basic areas of life, which includes in determining kinship, in providing legitimate use of power, in regulating the distribution of goods and services, in transmitting knowledge from one generation to the next, in regulating our relations to the supernaturals. Now, social institutions can be of different types, and today we will discuss definition of social institution, features of social institution, and the types of social institution like kinship, marriage and family. But today we will only discuss, we will take only one part, that is one type of social institution, that is kinship. And we will also discuss about the kinship usages in today's topic.
Social institutions. Social institutions are networks of relationships that carry out the essential social functions. Social institutions develop around these needs: kinship, family, religion, workplace, marketplace, mutual assistance, and government are organizational forms. They are formalized way of providing resources for helping to meet human needs. Features of social institutions. Social institutions are universal and are means of controlling individuals. Social institutions include group of people. They have common residence. Social institutions are relatively permanent. Social institutions depend upon the collective activities of the people and are formed to satisfy the social and primary needs of the people. Social institutions are of various forms, sizes, and functions. Types of social institutions: kinship, marriage, family. Today we'll discuss about kinship. Now let us define social institutions. According to McIver, an institution is a set of formal, regular, and established procedures, characteristics of a group or a number of groups that perform a similar function within a society. In short, an institution is an organized way of doing something.
So, you have just learned about the various social institutions. Now, today we will discuss about kinship. Now, kinship is one of the most important organizing components of the society. If we start from the east, west, north, south, everywhere, every society is having kinship. Rather, kinship is universal. This social institution actually ties the individuals and the groups together and establishes a relation between them. And the basic type of bond is actually marriage and reproduction. So thus we can always define kinship as, or we can say kinship as an institution, social institution or social relationships deriving from the blood ties or from marriage ties, okay, which are collectively referred to as kinship.
The most basic bonds are those based on marriage and reproduction. Thus, the institution of kinship refers to a set of relationship and relatives formed thereof based on blood relations or marriage. According to Robin Fox, kinship is simply the relations between kin, that is, persons related by real putative or fictive consanguinity. According to Radcliffe Brown, kinship is a system of dynamic relations between person and person in a community. The behavior of any two persons in any of these relations being regulated in some way and to a greater or less extent by social usage. In simple words, the bond of blood or marriage which binds people together in group is called kinship. Types of kinship. The kinship are based on two broad aspects: birth or blood relationship, consanguineous kinship, and the second one, a final kinship which is based on marriage. Now what is consanguineous kinship? This kinship is based on blood relations, meaning the relationship between parents and children, also among immediate siblings. A final kinship. This kinship is based on marriage. The relationship between husband and wife is the basic kin relations. Three major kinship bonds can be identified in terms of degree: primary kinship, secondary kinship, tertiary kinship. Primary kinship refers to direct relations, people who are directly related to each other: father-daughter, mother-son, mother-daughter, or brother and sister. Secondary kinship are those who are related to one's own siblings and parents. Example, one's own grandparents or spouses of the siblings, mother's brother, brother's wife, sister's husband. Tertiary kings are those who are secondary kings of one's primary king. For example, wife's brother's son, sister's husband's brother, and so on. Matrilocal residence refers to a custom or culture where the husband goes to live with the wife's family, where the custom of a tribe is for a man to marry and then go and live with his mother and father-in-law. Patrilocal residence is structured by a rule that a man remains in his father's house after reaching maturity and brings his wife to live with his family after marriage. Daughters, conversely, move out of their natal household. A Vanku local residence is one in which a married couple traditionally lives with the man's mother's eldest brother, which often occurs in matrilineal societies. Kinship usages or the rules of kinship are significant in understanding kinship system as such. Kinship usages serve two main purposes. Firstly, they create groups or special groupings or kin. Example, family and extended family. Secondly, the kinship rules govern the role of relationship among the kins. Kinship usage provides guidelines for interaction among persons. Rule of avoidance. Avoidance means that two kins normally of opposite sex should avoid each other. In almost all societies, avoidance rules prescribe that men and women must maintain certain amount of modesty in dress, speech, gait and gesture in a mixed company. For example, the father-in-law should avoid daughter-in-law. A joking relationship involves a particular combination of friendliness and antagonism between individuals and groups in certain social situations. In these situations, one individual or group is allowed to mock or ridicule the other without offense being taken. The usage of the joking relationship permits to tease and to make fun of the other. Technonymy. According to this usage, a kin is not referred directly but is referred to through another kin. In a traditional Hindu family, wife does not directly utter the name of her husband but refer to her husband as the father of so and so. Avunculate. It refers to the special relationship that persists in some societies between a man and his mother's brother. This usage is found in the matriarchal system in which prominence is given to the maternal uncle in the life of his nephews and niece. Amitate. The usage of amitate gives special role to the father's sister. Here, father's sister is given more respect than the mother. Among toddlers, the child gets the name not through its parents but through the father's sister. Naming the child is her privilege. Cow weight. The usage of cow weights prevalent among the Kasi and the Toda tribes makes the husband to lead the life of an invalid along with his wife. Whenever she gives birth to a child, he refrains from the active work, takes diet and observes some taboos, which are observed by his wife. According to Malinowski, the usage of cow weight contributes to a strong marital bond between the husband and wife.
We have come to the end of today's lesson. We will come back again with the other types of social institutions, that is family and marriage. Till then, stay at home, stay safe, save the earth, save the world. Thank you.